Hello YouTube. This is a warning to Ireland and the UK. A Category 3 hurricane called Ophelia will hit Ireland and the UK at around 9 a.m. on Monday the 16th. It might reach speeds of 80 miles per hour, if I'm correct, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. But don't worry. We can help you survive if this is your first time witnessing a hurricane. How to be prepared, and why it's important. Each year, as the summer draws to a close and our vacations come to an end, our thoughts turn to the months ahead. Unfortunately, most people spend more time preparing for football season than they do for hurricane season. These days, we should be much better prepared for a hurricane than we were a dozen years ago when Katrina hit New Orleans. There was no precedent for Katrina, so Katrina became the precedent and was the starting point for how to deal with future disasters. Hurricane tracking and predictions have improved tremendously since then, and social media has made it easier to keep up with official news and to keep in touch with family and friends. A culture of preparedness should be baked into our everyday lives, and at the first sign of a hurricane coming your way, think of yourself as a first responder. It is your responsibility to do the following. 1. Make sure all your important papers are in a waterproof, easy-to-carry box or folder: passport, insurance documents, birth certificate, bank account details, mortgage, etc. If you have to leave home or if your home is damaged, you will need these documents. In addition, back them up on a thumb drive or on the cloud. They will do you no good if you don't have access to them. 2. Prepare a go kit that includes 3 to 5 days of essential supplies, such as non-perishable food, water, medications, and diapers. Freeze several large bottles of water that you can grab when you leave your home. 3. Plan an escape route. Know how you'll leave and have an idea of where you're going, whether it's to a shelter or a relative's house. 4. Take care of your pets, and have enough food for them for several days. 5. If you plan to stay in local shelter, park your car on higher ground or in a multi-story parking garage. 6. Pay attention to all warnings, and evacuate when it becomes necessary to do so. It is also the responsibility of the government, including community leaders and faith-based organizations, to prepare for disasters, but government plans are often based on the last storm, which is a stupid way to approach preparation. Every storm is different, and every plan must be tailored to the current storm. Here's what the federal government and FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, need to do, but remember, there's only so much they can do without local and state cooperation. 1. Pre-stock shelters with food and water, and let people know where the shelters are. One of the reasons so few people died in Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico was that the people knew they had to go to concrete buildings, which were prepared to house them. It's become routine, and people know where to go. 2. Preposition National Guard troops where the people are and where they can do the most good. Before Harvey, the troops were in San Antonio, but everyone knew the hurricane would hit Houston. As a result, it took too long for help to arrive in Houston. 3. Preposition federal troops at federal installations near the expected areas that will be hit by the hurricane. If they're needed, they're right there. If they're not needed, they can go home. 4. Make plans to evacuate or otherwise take care of vulnerable members of the population, such as the sick, the poor, and the elderly. Help them get out and to find the best and safest shelter available,